Hello everyone, and welcome to another video edition of Chaotic Fringe. Kind of unusual, was going to take a little bit of a break, but just can't because there was something said today. Actually, it broke a couple of hours ago and was kind of one of those things that just make you shake your head and go, I can't believe this. There is a very hotly contested race in Missouri. Claire McCaskill's running, and her Republican opponent is a man named Todd Akin. Todd Akin. And he said something today, broadcast on a local station, that got national attention. Very national attention. And instead of explaining it, I think a lot of people have seen it, but here's a clip of what he said. This is what he said.
What about in the case of rape? Should it be legal or not?
It seems to me, first of all, from what I understand from doctors, that's really rare. If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down. But let's assume that maybe that didn't work or something. You know, I think there should be some punishment, but the punishment ought to be in the rapist and not attacking the child.
Okay. So, we're supposed to take that there isn't a war on women. We're supposed to take that all this legislation that's going on is, I don't know, coincidence, not coordinated, whatever you want to say. It's not supposed to be that way. Yet you have someone running for office who makes this statement that he makes. And he makes the statement and says it at the time and doesn't think that, hey, maybe this is maybe the wrong thing to say. Maybe this was a stupid thing to say. And before you look, this guy said something stupid. Incredibly stupid. And it's to support his view that he doesn't want abortions. That's the whole point. He doesn't want to have abortion for women. He figures that it's wrong. But to come up with some cockamamie idea saying that, well, if it's a real rape, women are going to automatically abort the fetus. So is a miscarriage then? What would you classify a miscarriage as? But forget that simple stuff. He kind of made it worse. Because as what always happens in the things he makes, things come worse with this. So later on, he decides that he's going to, his campaign puts out something that said that he obviously misspoke. I'm not sure how you obviously misspoke when you have a videotape that shows you went down that road on it, and to say that it misspoke. There's actually a longer version of what happened that's out there other than the clip that I was able to get. The longer version actually shows him kind of wandering around the question, because the first question that was asked of him was, do you support abortion if it saves the life of the mother? And he kind of tiptoes around that question, basically giving the answer that, well, you have the mother and you have the fetus, and it depends. Basically, he's of the Kirk decision. I don't believe in a no-win situation you're able to save both, which sounds not exactly right in my point of view, but that's what he states. Then he goes into a story about how Americans love life and all this, and he talks about a soldier in Iraq, and he brings up this other stuff, and then the moderator asks him about rape, and you get the rape question, you get the rape answer that he gives. So as far as saying that he misspoke, he had been on the subject of abortion with this particular interviewer already before we get the clip that most people have seen. So it's not a misspoke. You were in the territory of abortion. It wasn't, boom, what about this? And then you make the statement where you can maybe possibly give him a little bit of leeway. But that's not there. It's just not there, and it's a stupid thing for him to say that he misspoke. And his statement that came out where his press people are trying to brush over the situation doesn't help, because what they basically say is, I misspoke, but my overall feeling is true that there should not be an abortion in the case of rape, because that's punishing the child of the rape. I'm sorry. And I say this as sincerely as I can. I'm a guy, okay? I don't get into discussions of abortion. And it's not because I don't necessarily have an opinion about abortion. Here's the thing that I always look at. Does it affect me? Now, if I were to get someone pregnant and we needed to have a discussion on what to do with the child, or what to do with the fetus, or what to do in the situation altogether, guess what? I would say, yeah, I probably got 2 cents in on that one. I probably should have some say in it. But for someone else that doesn't affect me, I can't tell them what to do. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't have anything in the race on saying that, yes, lady, I know your situation and I know what's best for you. That is stupid, and that's asinine for any man to say something like that, especially a man that's not involved in the situation. So all this talk about, well, we believe in life and we believe in the sanctity of a child, that's all well and good, but that has nothing to do with a woman that is making a decision. You're not part of that. You're not part of that at all. Unless you were in the bed with her to help to put the seed in her, then you've got an option. And still, I would say you probably it's going to end up with the woman making the decision on it. Because there's no guarantee you're going to be around 10 years later, 5 years later, whatever. She has to make the decision. I can't make the decision for her. As a politician, I wouldn't want to put legislation on that. As a human being, I wouldn't want to put the pressure on that. So I think this whole thing of men talking about abortion and what to do with abortion is stupid. So, men, especially GOP men, stop it. Just stop. You can't win the argument. You don't have a stake in it. So, Mr. Akin, other GOP candidates, males, stop talking about abortion. It's not yours to say. You're going to lose the argument, so just stop. That's my 2 cents. And I will talk to you again.